Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's holiday residence in town has been attacked by a drone, bombed by a drone. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are very much appreciated. Okay, so we are in Israel. Now, there was a drone attack from Lebanon to Israel. Guess whose house they were targeting? The Prime Minister's house. And it touched the Prime Minister's house. Unbelievable, right? This is very scary, in fact. It makes you think, especially the fact that we neglected the ability of these other guys, not the Israelis, the other guys, of intelligence and capacity of doing things. So what happened exactly? Now, Netanyahu's spokesman said that 3 drones launched from Lebanon hit Netanyahu's residence in the town of Caesarea on Saturday, adding that it was not a vicinity and there was no casualty. 3 drones were launched, 1 reached the target and 2 other drones were intercepted, the Israeli military said, adding that 100 rockets were fired in northern Israel from Lebanon, killing 1 person and injuring at least 13 people. So basically what they did was they shot a lot of rockets on northern Israel and sent a drone on the other side of Israel. You know, when you send rockets and stuff, there's an alarm that goes off and the defense system start acting. The Iron Dome will try to shoot these rockets down. But the moment they shot the drones, let it fly to the other side, precisely to Benjamin Netanyahu's house. In response, Israel launched immediately several airstrikes on Beirut's southern suburb after the Lebanese armed group Hezbollah fired volleys of rockets in northern Israel. So basically, once you shoot a rocket and launch drones, Israel went and bombed them immediately. Now, Netanyahu is very angry, very upset. He says the proxies of Iran who today tried to assassinate me and my wife made a big mistake. So that says it all. The way he's going to respond. You know, when they're attacking your country, it's one thing. When they're beginning attacking your family, like you're targeted, yeah, that's another level of engagement. So Hezbollah did not claim the responsibility of the drone attack to Netanyahu's residence. I mean, let's just think about this. This is the Prime Minister of Israel. They have the best security and intelligence in the world. Yes, but they did not see the drones coming. That's a good question. The best security, the best intelligence, the best system, the best technology, offensive and defensive in the world. Remember the speed of the drone? Drone is not very fast. Drones are very, very slow. Missiles are fast. The Iron Dome can stop missiles very, very easily and quickly. Drones are actually very slow. Now, how did they act? Now, there's an expert that believes and understands how did they not see the drones? How did the Iron Dome shoot the drone down? Now, Noor O'Day say the fact that the drone was able to go undetected for 70 kilometers from the Lebanese border, no sirens went off and struck the intended target. That is a cause of a lot of concern in Israel and in the Israeli security establishment. 70 kilometers, it just flew and left and went. She said large volleys of rockets from Lebanon were used as decoys. That's the strategy to launch the drone attack on Netanyahu's house. So the siren were activated on the northern side of Israel because rockets were shooting. You know, we're trying to shoot the northern, but in the same token as they were shooting rockets, the rocket is decoy to get your attention to the northern side. Then they sent 3 drones, of which 1 reached the target and 2 were shot down. Later on Saturday, the Lebanese Ministry on Public Health reported that 4 people were unalived and 13 wounded in an Israeli airstrike on an apartment building in the eastern town of Balul. So, in other words, they're saying that after they shot this stuff, Israelis went back to try to shoot them back, but they shot civilians. Now, are they telling the truth? Wait, civilians shot down? We don't know. We cannot say that. Were they maybe a military base? We don't know. So that's where propaganda comes in. The Lebanese will always say they shot civilians in most cases. The Israelis will mostly say they shot military target. Who's telling the truth? Question mark. They say at least 2,448 people have been unalive in Israeli strikes on Lebanon since October 2023, according to the Lebanese health authorities. That's the Lebanese health authorities report. 2,448 people have been unalived. Are they telling the truth? Well, we don't know. Do they have reasons to bump it up or make it bigger? Maybe. Why? Because they want the war to end. But are they doing that? We don't know. We can't say that they're lying. We cannot say that they're telling the truth or they're lying. We have no idea. But what's truth is there are people being unalive. There's no doubt about that. In the meantime, we know that Iran bombed Israel a few weeks ago because Israel unalived Haniyeh in Iran. Once Israel unalive Haniyeh in Iran, I mean, you don't come into somebody's house, somebody's country and unalive somebody, explode whatever, the building. People are going to get upset. No country will like that. I mean, you don't like a man named James who's in France right now, and you go to France and you bomb him and he is unalived and it's destroys a building or part of a building. France will not like you very much. You know, they won't be happy with you. Same for Iran. Iran didn't like the fact that Israel unalived the person in their country. Therefore, they retaliated by shooting 200 missiles on Israel. And some of the missiles were shot down, but unfortunately, some of the missiles went through the Iron Dome and destroyed some targets in Israel. Now, that's really bothersome for Israel because Israel is very respected in terms of defense. You can't get through the Iron Dome. Well, it looks like the Iranian missiles were able to do so, and that's not nice. We're not going to sit well with Israelis. Therefore, they're promising to strike in the deepest way possible. Now, many people believe they were going to strike oil station or oil base and nuclear bases in Iran. Now, Joe Biden, apparently, after getting pressured by Arab countries such as Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and some Jordani and some other countries, they put pressure on the United States, asking them to tell Israel not to hit nuclear station or petrol oil station. If they do so, that will trigger Iran proxies to bombard these countries. Why? Why would they bombard them? They will bombard them just because, in order for you, look at the map, in order for you to leave Israel and go bomb Iran, you have to go through different countries. Now, you have to use their aerial space. Now, you cannot use somebody's aerial space without their authorization. Now, even if it's a combat flight or combat airplane goes through somebody's aerial space, they need to get authorization or else they're going to get shot down. They represent a danger. Now, Iranians said, they made it very clear in the last meeting with Saudis, if you guys or anybody right here allow them to get through your airspace and come and bomb us, we will see you as enemies and we cannot guarantee we can protect you from our proxies. They will hit your oil base, your oil station and your oil reserve. And if that happens, yeah, it's going to be trouble in the world in terms of economy because we need oil. We need oil, petrol, whatever you want to call it. We need fuel for food, for medicine, for everything. If the fuel price goes up, the medicine price goes up, the food price goes up. If your food price goes up, your livelihood goes up, your rent goes up, your everything goes up. So these countries have been negotiating. So Joe Biden said to Israel, please, recommended not to hit those targets. But in the meantime, Donald Trump says,
what do you think about Iran? Would you hit Iran? And he goes, as long as they don't hit the nuclear stuff. That's the thing you want to hit, right? I said, I think he's got that one wrong. Isn't that what you're supposed to hit? I mean, it's the biggest risk we have. Nuclear weapons, the power of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. You know, I rebuilt the entire military. Jets, everything. I built it, including nuclear, and I hated to build the nuclear, but I got to know firsthand the power of that stuff, and I'll tell you what, we have to be totally prepared. We have to be absolutely prepared. But when they asked him that question, the answer should have been, hit the nuclear first and worry about the rest later. And that's what they should. If they're going to do it.
Donald Trump is for them to hit those targets, and that's going to create big trouble. Now, Iran also replied and retaliated after they heard that. They say Iran is in favor of peace. Okay, they say they want peace, but it is also prepared for any scenario. That's what the foreign minister Abbas Araghchi said. We are ready for peace, but we also prepared for any scenario. Iran has been preparing for this for the longest time. They were preparing actually war against America first. They have multiple underground base with numerous missiles. People estimate about 500,000 missiles are underground protected. America said they have capacity to bomb any space, whether it's underground or underground, anywhere in the world. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. YouTube said some of you guys are not subscribed. You watch videos regularly, but you're not subscribed. Please do subscribe so we can push this further. You know, this is our space. It's cost you nothing, really. You know, it's good for us. God bless.